to look on news updates around the world on today, on the 2nd of February, Monday 2026. Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei warns that the region is on the brink of confrontation, threatening a regional war and issuing what he described as final warning to the US President Donald Trump. The Supreme Leader said that any US attack on Iran would trigger a border conflict. Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi stated that reaching a fair agreement, one that guarantees Iran doesn't obtain a nuclear weapon, is still achievable. Meanwhile, Israel's Minister of Defense said Defense Minister Yoav Gallant and IDF Chief of Staff Herz Halev discussed the Israeli military's operation readiness. And Deputy Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi reaching a fair agreement, one that guarantees does not obtain a nuclear weapon, is still achievable. Meanwhile, Israel's Ministry of Defense said Defense Minister Yoav Gallant and IDF Chief of Staff Herzi Halev discussed the Israeli military operation readiness for all possible scenarios. Araghchi added is prepared for war if negotiations fail, warning that any conflict would likely extend beyond Iran's border. News update in this morning. Manchester United continue hot streak with red win over Fulham. Arsenal win inaugural championship vs Corinthians. Arsenal women win inaugural championship vs Corinthians. News update. Kendrick Lamar wins Grammy Award. Lamar wins Grammy Award. News update. Kendrick Lamar wins Grammy Award. While watching or listening, wherever you are, our tagged product, there are many tagged products like bags, pen, watches, there are fridge, LG fridge, so check on
game, and I think
Michael Carrick after winning
better than we played today. I think there's a lot more to come from us in different aspects of the game. But again, we've been together 3 weeks and we're working on things and trying to improve things. And today was about getting through it and what we needed to do and finding a way. That's 3 in a row. That's good. It's good. We want more for sure, but hopefully we can win games a little bit more comfortable in some ways. But when they do come like that, it kind of feels like more than just a win, and that feeling spreads through so many people.
Michael Carrick after winning the third time consecutive for Manchester United. Manchester City brought 2-0 leading to draw with Tottenham Hotspur into the second half of the game. News update. We are in English Premier League. Manchester City leaded 2-0 in halftime, and in the second time, Tottenham Hotspur drawn from goals scored by Dominic Solanke. Dominic Solanke scored a brace to equalize for his team, Tottenham Hotspur, and Tottenham came from behind to equalize to Manchester City, and the game ended 2-2. Arsenal is leading the table with 53 points, Manchester City 47, Aston Villa 46, Manchester United on the 4th in Big 4, 41 points, followed by Chelsea 40, Liverpool 39, Brentford 36, Fulham 34, 34. We are in looking on news circulating around the world. We are in football now. We are in football now, looking on news circulating around the world. Don't forget to check on those target products in this video. They are beautiful bags for women, watches. They are LG fridge. So check on those products and choose. We are on news updates circulating in this morning. News update circulating in this morning of Monday. News updates circulating in this morning or this evening, depending on where you are.
And I know what it is I can give, and I know even in that room where I'm needed and even where I'm not. As the human, I think you need to have the emotional intelligence to understand that and realize that everything is not just personal. Just me as a woman, I love being a woman. I love being feminine. I love walking into rooms and dominating rooms where, as the question you asked, where men think that I just might be this little small girl, all the question is always asked, are you chef? And yes,
Natasha,
I am. And trust me,
Debog,
I can do your job maybe 10
woman
times better than you
readership.
could.
Natasha Debog talking about women readership. Natasha Debog from Trinidad and Tobago talking about women leadership and difficulties.
That I know when and where to assess or people could assess my emotions, because I think in we live in, it's you just don't give emotions easily, and in any room that you walk in, be it work, it could be personal, it could be romantic, it could be friendships. Once you give that person that emotional space to have access over you, they will have access over you. So for me, some of the challenges that I face is that people just don't know what it is they would expect from me. But I walk into a room, I analyze, and I would even analyze the people that I'm working with to know their emotional intelligence, how to use reverse psychology. But just, I think is a prominent thing, just being a woman, again, unfortunately, it's being colored, but it's one of my greatest tools because I love who I am and I love what I represent, and I love that I represent not just women, but I represent little girls with big dreams, because I think that's a success story, because my story is a success story in one person in just believing in you, I think, yeah.
Natasha Debog from
Become, a singer. I want to become successful. My greatest success story is always being invited to spaces where it is I can speak my truth or fight for advocacy, fight for the thing that I love, gastronomy, fight for the rights of people with small dreams and big dreams. Success stories, just being me, and I think I'm full, either small or big, and just being a chef. I always around me, I would cook for a beggar the same way I'll cook for a king, because it's a matter of respect, and it's just an honor to do something like that, and just being grateful for things that in the big things is not glamorous, but you have the truth to find balance in both good and bad. So yeah.
Natasha.
I'm in post-production for 2. As I mentioned, I'm opening a fine dining upscale Caribbean restaurant in Annapolis to bring food of both Africa and the Caribbean to tell a story to the people of America.
Update around the world. News update around the world. News update around the world in this morning or this evening or afternoon, depending on where you are. Headlines.
No, the devil scares me.
A few minutes later,
Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein.
For the other individuals named in these documents, it's the timing that's created such embarrassment. Among them, the former Duchess of York. One email we came across from Jeffrey Epstein to a billionaire American hedge fund manager appears to suggest that Sarah Ferguson said she could organise tea in the Buckingham Palace apartments or Windsor Castle. Again, there's no context, but look at the date, July 2009, when Epstein was still serving a sentence after being convicted of soliciting sex from a 14-year-old girl. And 6 months later, another email from Sarah to Epstein. You are a legend. I really don't have the words to describe my love, gratitude, generosity and kindness, she writes. Kiss, kiss. I am at your service. Just marry me. Sarah Ferguson has been approached for comment. Her ex-husband, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, has been horse riding in Windsor this weekend. The former prince has also been pictured in the latest releases from the Epstein files. Up until this weekend, Virginia Giuffre had been the sole victim, claiming to have been sent to the UK by Epstein to have sex with Andrew, something he has strenuously denied. Now a BBC investigation.
Israel begin limited reopening of Rafah border. Iran Supreme Leader warns of regional war if US strike. 12 miners killed by Russian strike in Ukraine, energy company says. Kendrick Lamar win bigs in the 68th Grammy Awards. Headlines: Rod Mandelson resigned from Labour Party over Epstein rings. News update. Iran's supreme leader warns of regional war if United States attacks their territory. Father and children detained by ICE return home to Minneapolis. The federal government likely won't fully reopen until at least Tuesday, when the House is expected to hold critical vote on a funding package. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries has warned that the Republicans Fazia Todd branching protests across nation over the weekend. Deputy Attorney General Todd Branch signaled that the DOJ will not pursue no charge related to the Jeffrey Epstein case following its release of more than 3 million documents, which contain reference to President Donald Trump and other powerful figures. News update. The Kennedy Center will close for roughly 2 years starting July to allow for extensive renovations. President Trump says. Ecuadorian preschooler Liam Con Jolamos and his father are back in Minneapolis after being released from a Texas detention facility where they had been held for more than a week, according to Texas Rep. Joaquin Castro. President Donald Trump says if no deal is reached with Iran, the world will find out if a U.S. strike would spark regional war. An Iranian protester, Irfan Sultan, who was detained in connection to anti-government protests and reportedly sentenced to death, has been released on bail, according to a right group and Iranian state media. News update. The Rafah crossing between Gaza and Egypt has a trial phase on Sunday ahead of its planned reopening that will allow a limited number of Palestinians to leave the war-torn enclave. The head of Palestinian Authority that is supposed to run Gaza said the crossing will open in both directions on this Monday. At least 12 people has been killed and 8 others wounded after a Russian drone strike a bus in Ukraine's southwest Dnipro region on Sunday, authorities said. News update. Bad Bunny used his time on stage at the Grammy Awards to deliver a message protesting the recent actions of immigration and customs enforcement, accepting the award for Best Musical Urbana Album. Bad Bunny began his speech saying, "Before I say thanks to God, I'm gonna say Ice Out." Billie Eilish, Song of the Year for Wildflower, also made an unfiltered statement about Ice while accepting a Grammy. Eilish, who has been an outspoken critic of action made by ICE officials in recent weeks, said, "No one is illegal on stolen land." The federal government likely won't fully reopen until at least Tuesday. News update, reminding you that in this video there are good products tagged. There are bags for women, there are fridges, there are hats, there are smartphones, there are Samsung Galaxy smartphone, Motorola smartphones. So you may check on those tagged products. President Trump hopeful for a deal. President Donald Trump hopeful for a deal with Iran, while Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei warns the region is on the brink of confrontation, threatening a regional war, and issue that he described as final warning to the US. The Iranian supreme leader said that any US attack on Iran would trigger a broader conflict. Iran Deputy Foreign Minister Abbas Arghashi stated that reaching a fair agreement on that guarantee Iran does not obtain a nuclear weapon is still achievable. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has warned the United States that if they launch action, they will start a regional war. The comments are the most direct threatening he made so far. News update. 12 miners killed by Russian strike in Ukraine, energy company says. News update. Kendrick Lamar win bigs at 6th Grammy Award. News update. News update. President Donald Trump hopeful for a deal with Iran. News update. Massive anti-ICE protest across nation over the weekend. News update. News update. Justice Department, no new charges coming from Epstein file released. News update. The files.
Following, which is that in July, the Department of Justice said that we had reviewed the files, the quote Epstein files, and there was nothing in there that allowed us to prosecute anybody. We then released over 3 million pieces of paper, which the entire world can look at now and see if we got it wrong. So there's a lot of correspondence, there's a lot of emails, there's a lot of photographs, there's a lot of horrible photographs that appear to be taken by Mr. Epstein or were people around him, but that doesn't allow us necessarily to prosecute somebody.
That was Todd Branch talking about the new released Jeffrey Epstein files. More than 3 million files. We are still reviewing the results in football. In Bundesliga, Leipzig, Leverkusen, Freiburg, Frankfurt, Union Berlin, Cologne, Augsburg, Mönchengladbach, Hamburg SV, Wolfsburg, Werder Bremen, Mayence, St. Pauli, Hendem. And the news update. Basketball results: NBA, Detroit 147-7 Brooklyn. Milano Cortina to pray for.
Not made it a goal of mine to help others, but that should not. And as much as this can be intimidating, all the pressure and all the attention, I think I'm very grateful, and I have to do what I can to positively use it.
Milano Cortina, first black woman to play for United States Olympic hockey team. Milano Cortina enter into the legacy.
The TV playing at the Olympics, like, wow, Layla did it, I can do it too. Or Layla plays hockey, maybe I can try it out and see how I like it. Just simple things like that, and just to be their representation is really important.
News update. News update around the world. Just remember, in all our videos, there are product tagged for you. There are beautiful bags for women, Samsung Galaxy smartphones, Motorola smartphone, LG fridge. So don't hesitate to look on those tagged products.
The possibility, I'm very grateful. But
Milano Cortina.
One would mean the world, and would mean that I've done something right in this long process. But yeah, it would be unbelievable.
Milano Cortina, first woman to play for US hockey team in Olympics. Deputy Attorney General Todd Branch signaled that the DOJ will not pursue new charges related to the Jeffrey Epstein case following its release of new file evidence. News update around the world. In tennis, Carlos Alcaraz won the Grand Slam in Australia Open. Carlos Alcaraz won the Grand Slam against Novak Djokovic in this weekend in Grand Slam. News update around the world. News update around the world. News update around the world. News updates around the world. Top news: oil plunge as geopolitical risk allays commodity sell-off. News update. Top news: the move lower looks more like a positioning reset than a fundamental shift, said Harris Kurdi's chief achievement of Kurban capital. Top news: copper slump deepens and trade weight China bulls to step in. News update. News updates around the world. News updates around the world. News updates. 12 miners killed in a strike in Iran. Strike from Russia. 12 miners was killed by strike by Russian while they were coming from their job. Kendrick Lamar win bigs in Kendrick Lamar's night win big during Grammy Award. Kendrick Lamar win bigs during Grammy Award. We are looking on news update around the world. News update. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei warns that if US strike Iran, it will cause news update. It will result in regional war. News update. News updates around the world. Jeffrey Epstein files. Listen to Epstein. News update. Sound, video, and file released. News update. News update. The director, we are on Jeffrey Epstein files. The director of new Melanie film appeared in several photos from the newly released Epstein files pictured alongside Epstein and women. News updates. News updates around the world. Ex-UK Minister Rod Mandelson seen in underwear along with a girl in pic from Epstein files. News update. News update. Disturbing in Epstein files appear to show Prince Andrew on all fours over a woman lying on the ground. News updates. News updates around the world. 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 Lord Mandelson quits Labo over Epstein links. News updates around the world. News updates around the world. News updates around the world. Donald Trump.
Links to Jeffrey Epstein.
News updates around the world. Donald Trump picks Kevin Walsh as next Federal Reserve Chair, a decision that could determine whether borrowing costs falls and ease the affordability crisis squeezing household budget. Fox News Politics. News update around the world. News update around the world. Democrat Tyler Lehmet flipped Republican State Senate seat by 14 plus points in Fort Worth area district. Trump won by 17 in 2024. News update. Jeffrey Epstein.
From a 2-hour interview.
Minnesota fraud explodes. President Trump claims fraud in Minnesota now exceed 19 US billion for surpassing initial projection and alleges to Biden administration knew about it and did nothing. Fox News Politics News Update. Ken Burns weighs in. Acclaimed filmmaker urged Democrats to restore New Hampshire's first in nation primary for 2028, calling it indispensable for democracy and party path forward. Fox Politics. Texas runoff. New Democrats face off this weekend in Texas' 18th district special election, further eroding Republican fragile House control. Fox News Politics. News Update. News Update. Royalty test. Democrats accuse Trump of picking a Fed chair who will bend to his will, while Republicans praise Walsh's economy, credential, and experience. Fox News Politics. News Update. Use of force focus. DOJ Civil Rights Division probes federal officer shooting of Alex Pretty, disarmed ICU nurse, focusing on officer actions, not gun rights. Fox News Politics. News Update. News Update around the world. News Update around the world. Legendary news updates around the world. News updates around the world. News updates around the world. Lord Mandelson quit Labor over Epstein links. News update. Portland mayor demand ICE leave the city after federal agent reportedly deployed tear gas and flashbang grenade on protesters, including children. Fox News. News update. ICE halt all movement at Texas detention facility after 2 detainees were diagnosed with misery, sparking quarantine measure and health concern. Fox News. News update. Trevor Noah roast Nicki Minaj's Donald Trump ties while hosting Grammy Award in Los Angeles as stars sports ICE out pins to protest immigration enforcement effort. News update. Fox News. The Tampa Bay Lightning wrote throwback Buccaneers in uniform arriving at Raymond James Stadium for NHL Stadium Series outdoor game against the Boston Bruins. Fox News. News update. President Donald Trump endorsed former critics John Sununu over or Scott Brown in crucial New Hampshire GOP Senate primary that could determine chamber control. Fox News. News updates. News updates around the world. Young boy detained by ICE with father returned to Minnesota after judge ruling as official clash over family's immigration status and heirloom case. Fox News. News update. ICE arrested over 650 illegal aliens in West Virginia during comprehensive 2-week statewide operation conducted with local law enforcement partner Fox News. ICE arrested over 650 illegal aliens in West Virginia during comprehensive 2-week statewide operation conducted with local law enforcement. News update. New York City Mayor Zohran Madmani's mother Mila Knight, named in Jeffrey Epstein document as resurfaced photo shows Madmani and Peggy Sieger's 2017 lunch on. News update. News update around the world. News update around the world. Grammy, the music industry's biggest names arrived in style at the Grammy Award 2026, where the red carpet set the stage for one of the year's most anticipated nights in entertainment. For established icons to rising stars, musicians showed off on array of glamorous looks ahead the 68th annual Grammy Award, including Lady Gaga, Billie Eilish, and many others. Prime performance. The new Melanie documentary, which chronicled the 20 days leading up to Melania Trump becoming first lady for the second time, stunned Hollywood with $7 million opening weekend, the strongest documentary debut in more than a decade. The performance sharpened contrasted with poor critics' review, with industry outlets noting the film significantly exceeded expectation. Fox News. News update. Breaking. President Trump announced that the Trump Kennedy Center will close on 4th of July 2026, at which point 2 years of construction will begin on what described as new and spectacular entertainment complex. News updates. Governor Pat Kissen's live